Let's talk about Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson. Thumbs up if you've been impressed with the Alabama quarterback that we need to highlight straight up. I'm already starting this. Theismann. That's his Heisman campaign, all right? Look, let's take it one game at a time, clearly, but what he's done this season so far has been absolutely impressive. Let's talk about it. Against Wisconsin, 24 of 29 passing, 382 yards today, all right? 83% completion percentage. Rating 238. Are you kidding me? He should really have 5 touchdowns today, all right? 11 carries, 25 yards. That was crazy because it led the team. He's very comfortable as a playmaker, right? Comfortable in the pocket. When he sets his feet, keeps his eyes downfield. There's probably a touchdown that he'd like to have back with the Lazier Brooks down the field, like the TV broadcast show. But what we've seen from him is remarkable. So I'm starting Theismann. Let me know if you agree inside the comment box. Look, this season, let me go over the numbers, all right? 64 of 89. The last 2 games have been crazy because against Louisiana Monroe, right, he was 17 of 17, and then this game goes off as well. His season completion percentage is 71.9. And as we start to talk about Ty Simpson, what quarterback does he remind you of? What quarterback is he comparable to? What attributes do you like about Ty Simpson? He has 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, right, through 3 games. The longest was 75 yards, which was that reverse pass or whatever it was to Ryan Williams, which got Hollywood going, right? That was, by the way, Michael Carroll absolutely bulldozed someone on that play. He's taken 4 sacks, and the passer rating right now is at 210. So he's doing absolutely dirty work. So I have to ask you, when you think about a player like Ty Simpson, look, if the offensive line can protect Ty, and that's kind of one of my bigger questions right now about Alabama football, if you zoom out, is how is this team going to fare against like a running back that can run, you know, a better team overall? Because Louisiana Monroe, Wisconsin haven't been it. But I'm kind of cautiously optimistic about the offensive line. I see some cracks, but if they can turn it up and they can protect this guy, who knows what Ty Simpson is capable of? Because I think we can all agree that the amount of weapons that Ty Simpson has is phenomenal, okay? And look, the 4 best wide receivers on this team right now, at least when they send them out in the 4-wide set, you got Jerry Bernard, Ryan Williams, because clearly Hollywood is back. You got Lazier Brooks and Isaiah Horton. Lazier Brooks just on the field, things happen. And Lazier Brooks, even if you watch him on like down the field when he's not getting the football, he's downfield blocking, right? And he draws worry from the defense because you're like, where is Lazier Brooks? That is a dangerous quad of wide receivers. It's going to be hard to keep Lazier Brooks off, period. It was good to see Hollywood back. And it was good to see Ty Simpson connect with Hollywood a couple different times, not only on that reverse pass or whatever, but I saw him hit him on a couple different patterns, and it looked good. He clearly has a connection with Jerry Bernard, who is playing at a very high level. And I think that if the running game can somehow get going, it's going to make him even more dangerous because, you know, you have a 2-prong attack, right? Passing and rushing. And I don't know what's going on with the lack of rushing yards. Now, I don't want to forget that Wisconsin coming into this game, I think they were ranked number 3 in the country against the run, so who knows. But in terms of like Ty Simpson, man, the country just found out, and I think they're finding out how good he is. And like I said, it comes down to the offensive line. So the Caden Proctor got to turn it up. Wilkin Formby, you certainly got to turn it up as well. That's what we need for Alabama's offense to really continue to be the buzzsaw like I think they could be. And that's what we were talking about in the preseason was that so many weapons that Ty has, he's built to succeed. And let's talk about this too. Ty Simpson, behind him, up in the box, has Ryan Grubb. So I want to ask you, from the games that you've seen Alabama play so far, have you been impressed with Ryan Grubb calling the offensive plays for Alabama? If you were to ask me, I would say yes. I feel that it is a creative playbook. I feel that he's done a great job to put the playmakers in positions to get the football. And then you need somebody, a point guard, to go out there and distribute the football to your playmakers. Well, has Ty Simpson done that? Yes, he has. And I think that he's going to continue to operate at a high level. Yo, this guy is playing absolutely through the roof. And the one thing that I also want to highlight is I truly feel since 2020 when Steve Sarkisian left that Alabama hasn't had a good offensive coordinator and that the quarterback room, they haven't had a good coach back there. Now they do. They really do. I mean, you know, Coach Kalen DeBoer's worked with the quarterbacks before, Ryan Grubb and Nick Sheridan. So you have the attention to help these guys get to where they want to be. And then, of course, you know, when you look down the road, you also have Austin Mack and Keelan Russell. And we've talked about those guys. But this video is about this man, quarterback number one, who can clearly get the job done. Another thing that I'd like to highlight about Ty Simpson is his running ability. I knew it, and you did too. If you have a microscope on Alabama football, you know what type of player that Ty Simpson is. He's a dual threat. He's a 5-star dual threat. So the times, like against Florida State, my goodness, he was running for his life, right? Even against Wisconsin, there was a couple times where he evaded a couple, you know, pieces of pressure, and he was able to, you know, rattle off, you know, 6 yards, 7 yards, or whatever. We've seen in the past the top-end speed that he has. This guy is a dual-threat quarterback, and I started thinking about it. I was like, who is he comparable to in the NFL? Is there a quarterback that comes to mind that you think he's like? I've heard like Baker Mayfield. I've heard Bo Nix. That probably makes you mad. Someone said Bryce Young with the kind of escapability. I don't know. Who do you think? I mean, that the percentage, 83, that's crazy. That's like Mac Jones level, because Mac Jones, who I still think was a super underrated quarterback even here with that 2020 team that was crazy good. His percentage was so high. And Ty, look at that, 83, and then this season, 71. That's around Mac Jones, to be honest, for an entire season. This guy's getting it done, and I'm so happy for him. It's an easy story to get behind. It's about loyalty. It's about somebody who wanted to be here. It's about somebody who definitely had opportunities to go everywhere else as he sat behind as a backup behind Milroe, right? And this guy waited his turn. We've never seen him go to negative town. He has always taken accountability and said, look, I want to get better for my teammates, for myself, and lead this team as far as they can go. You got to respect it, man. It's one of the better stories coming out in college football right now, and I get it. There's a lot of talented quarterbacks in the SEC. You know, the John Mateer, the Norris Sellers. I don't know. You know, I'm watching this Tennessee-Georgia game. I don't know how good these quarterbacks are. I mean, they're pretty good. And there's, you know, Garrett Nussmeier. You could go on and on. It's the SEC. This guy right here is climbing up the charts in terms of being somebody that is an absolute elite quarterback. And I think if you're a defensive coordinator out there and you're watching Alabama play and you've watched them play so far, you're starting to do prep work for Alabama, this guy is going to be an absolute problem for you. And the weapons that he has, good luck trying to defend them because, you know, these guys are difference makers. It all comes down to protecting him. So offensive line, got to step up and protect him. And if they can, Ty Simpson might make that Theismann a reality. If you look at long-term odds, that might not be a bad bet. So really happy with Ty Simpson. Let me know what you think inside the comment box about QB1. Just wanted to do a video specifically on Alabama's quarterback, Ty Simpson. I think he definitely deserves it. Hit the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. Jump inside the comment box. Let me know what you think about Ty Simpson and his performance through 3 games. See you, fam.